Eviction filings are up across the country. In fact, in some of the biggest cities in Texas, those have climbed to their highest point since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and they don't appear to be slowing down.
Yeah, with the end of stimulus payments and the expiration of COVID-era eviction moratoriums, some tenants are left owing significant amounts of back rent, giving landlords little choice but to move on. Michael Ashby reports in tonight's top story.
Oh, Rudy, Leslie, according to Eviction Lab, a research center based at Princeton University, Houston, Dallas, and Fort Worth have joined places like New York and Phoenix in seeing some of the highest eviction numbers in the country. And in Nueces County, judges have their hands full trying to sort out disputes between landlords and tenants.
Much of the jump in eviction numbers can be traced back to the end of the government's ban on evictions, a pandemic-era safeguard that has now expired. Also, federal dollars set aside for rental assistance have dried up in most places. In Corpus Christi and Nueces County, the funds made available through emergency rental assistance programs are spoken for nearly as soon as they are announced. According to Nueces County Justice of the Peace Thelma Rodriguez, there have been more eviction filings here.
Last year, I had 789 total, and currently right now, up to date, I'm at 350. So it has increased a little bit if you think about it, because we're only in May.
She says the other 5 courts who deal with eviction cases are also seeing an increase. To make matters worse for those who are struggling to make ends meet, rent prices continue to climb, and inflation is making it harder to pay for other things like groceries and gas. With fewer protections in place, landlords are left with fewer options when dealing with tenants who cannot pay their rent, something that affects everyone.
We didn't see the whole picture because, we have to remember that landlords have bills to pay also.
Judge Rodriguez encourages those who find themselves in this situation to consider working out an agreement if possible. In fact, her court's website has helpful information outlining next steps for both property renters and owners.
I think that's the strongest suggestion, the best suggestion that I have for tenants, to try to work something out with your landlord and make some type of payment rather than none at all.
All right, so that website that I mentioned there also tells you what to expect if you do end up in court. Now, in cases like this, tenants and landlords don't typically bring lawyers. However, you can if you feel like you need one. In those cases, Judge Rodriguez suggests that you talk to the court ahead of time to see if you might even qualify for legal aid. Rudy?